Arsenal may not sign Vinícius Júnior. They may not sign Bruno Guimarães either. But Arsenal's interest in these two players still matters because it exposes the type of team Mikel Arteta appears to be trying to build next. Vinicius would alter how opponents defend Arsenal's attack. Bruno would alter how Arsenal escape pressure and control midfield. One represents independent threat, the other represents control. So forget the fantasy of simply placing two Brazilian superstars into an Arsenal starting 11. That is not the real case. The real question is this: why would the Premier League champions explore an elite left winger and pursue one of the league's strongest central midfielders in the same transfer window? And what does that tell us about the weaknesses Arteta still sees in his own team? Case opened. Let us begin with what has actually been reported. Arsenal have explored a possible move for Vinícius Júnior. The Guardian reported that the club had made an inquiry and that discussions were still at a formative stage. That is significant, but it is not the same as Arsenal submitting an offer, agreeing personal terms, or being close to completing a transfer. Vinicius has 1 year remaining on his Real Madrid contract. However, the latest reporting indicates that Real Madrid intend to keep him, while Arsenal's chances of completing the deal have receded. So, as things stand, Vinicius should not be presented as an incoming Arsenal player. He is better understood as evidence of the attacking level Arsenal have investigated, and that profile tells us something. For several seasons, Arsenal's most reliable individual attacking threat has come from Bukayo Saka. Opponents understand that. They can shift their defensive block towards Arsenal's right, surround Saka with two defenders, and force the team to find an equally dangerous solution elsewhere. That does not mean Arsenal have lacked good left-sided players. Gabriel Martinelli has provided pace and direct running. Leandro Trossard has supplied goals, intelligence, and technical quality. Arsenal have also signed Christos Tzolis this summer, but Vinicius represents something different. He is a winger who can receive the ball without the structure already being perfect and create the danger himself. He can isolate a fullback. He can attack outside or inside. He can carry the ball over long distances during transitions. And if an opponent sends extra protection towards him, space begins to appear for the striker, the attacking midfielder, and the opposite winger. That is the key point. Signing a player with that level of individual threat would not merely improve Arsenal's left side. It could change the conditions around Saka on the right. An opponent would face a brutal choice: overload Saka and leave an elite 1-versus-1 attacker isolated on the other side, or defend the pitch more evenly and give Saka greater room. That is why the Vinicius interest is more revealing than a normal transfer rumor. It suggests Arsenal are looking beyond additional depth. They have considered adding an attacker capable of changing an opposition game plan before the match even begins. But the brutal reality is that Vinicius may be unavailable. Real Madrid do not have to sell simply because he has entered the final year of his contract. His wages would be enormous. Other leading clubs would almost certainly become involved if Madrid genuinely opened the door. Arsenal cannot build their entire attacking plan around one exceptional and highly difficult transfer. The recruitment department's job is now to identify which parts of that profile are essential. Is it the 1-versus-1 dominance, the transition threat, the goal output, the ability to hold width before attacking the penalty area? Arsenal may not find another Vinicius. Almost nobody can. But they can still find more of the function he would have provided. And then we come to Bruno Guimarães. This situation is further advanced, although it is still not complete. Arsenal's interest in the Newcastle captain has been widely reported. Reports differ over the precise stage of the negotiations, but the central facts remain. Arsenal want the player. Newcastle value him at around £80 million, and Bruno is reportedly unwilling to force his way out. Newcastle have also maintained that they do not want to lose one of their best players. Until the clubs agree a fee and the necessary documents are completed, Bruno remains a Newcastle player. But once again, the profile matters, because Bruno would not arrive simply to replace Declan Rice. That interpretation is too basic. He could release Rice. Arsenal's midfield already contains elite qualities, but some of its most important players carry several responsibilities at once. Rice must protect transitions, cover huge spaces, progress the ball, and then arrive in advanced areas. Martin Ødegaard must create chances, lead the press.